So, we're back, and a lot has been going on over the last couple of days. I'm kind of hesitant to head outside to show you how far I've got with all this, really. Now, nothing as much has changed on the inside, but obviously I have been building my base. Now, I'll just give you a little bit of a heads up how much resources I've been doing. I think I've got stuff crafting right now still, I think, on here. I've got over 200 of these, and I've probably used... oh, I'd be hesitant to say 800, but come on then, let's go. So there are quite a few additions to our dinosaurs here. Now, we left the end of the last episode with this Anki knocked out over there. So we've tamed up this guy. We tamed up that tech parasaur we saw. Then, I really wish sometimes dinosaurs just get trapped in my line here. Can you just... thank you, Trike. I saw this pteranodon that was flying above just over there, and it was level 174. So I tamed that. This guy was difficult. Now this is a Doedicurus, something that I'm going to show you in a second how amazing it is at farming stone. And this guy took me about 40 minutes to tame with meadow berries, and I tamed him at the mountain in the redwoods because I had to go looking for one. And this guy, obviously a beaver, I tamed for getting wood. And do you know, I went after that 150 that we'd seen in the river, it was northwest of the redwoods, I think we saw it. Totally gone, totally disappeared. So I was about to leave, then two more beavers respawned in, and I think this one was just over level 100, so I tamed that one instead. Brought it back to over here. Now I'll get to that, don't you worry. But I thought to myself, I'm not going through that Doedicurus taming again because it took ages. So I built this, my little crop plot, which it might have just been about... oh, it has just started to produce some vegetables. Obviously I don't have any greenhouse buildings, so the effect is going to be quite low. But this is literally just 4 foundations, 4 large crop plots, and 1 of each of the vegetables on here. So that is starting to seed now. So 4 or 5 in each of these, so that's good. Obviously I've got my compost bin here. I'm about to run out of thatch actually, so I should probably just quickly grab some more. Ironically, this is the best way to farm thatch. I was using some of my dinos, but by hand is just so much better. I say by hand, by pick. What level are you? 12, right, you're going to die soon. I've been taking my Rex around the island a couple of times just to kill everything, and it's been working alright. I'll sit that in there, that's making some more. Did I don't know if this Phiomia was tamed actually at the end of the lot. No, it wasn't. So I've tamed him as well actually. I just grabbed his poop. I've not got any sort of pickup thing yet. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. It's like an item that picks everything up for you. I'll remember it at some point. Let's say we've got that little crop plot there, and then over here this is the taming pen that I built. This was literally just 6 foundations along. Made that 8. And it's just window frames so you can shoot through. And I opened this one just to get the beaver out of there, because I brought the beaver back here and knocked him out, because beavers wake up very, very quickly. And this works incredibly well, because you stick it down in there and just shoot through the window, like that. I had to repair this gun as well because of the amount of time it took to knock out that dinosaur. Right, this is annoying me now, so just use this baryonyx to get rid of this trike. There's one thing about Herbivore Island. Oi! I was hoping that wouldn't hit anything then. It's one thing about Herbivore Island is that dinosaurs can start wandering into your base a wee bit, and it can get very annoying. Let's get you there. Come on, Lucky. Sorry about that. That nasty trike gave you a hit there, didn't it? Get you lined up, okay. So I was going to pick that up then. Right, should we show you what I've been building? So this has taken me about 2 days, I would say, to build. Now this is far from done. I've only got the foundation work in place. Here it is. This is what is going to be the entrance to my base. Now we've got all this over here. This ground, as you know, goes underneath. This is all foundationed up. Now I'll explain the gaps shortly. This has taken me ages. I'll get about the distance later on. I've made this little sort of port here for myself. Whether I can put a megalodon or a raft in there, I'm not sure yet. Maybe even a mosa, but I doubt a mosa will fit in this secluded section. But let me drop down here. Yeah. So as you can imagine, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foundations up. And it's about, I'm not sure how long it's across, but it's at least 20 plus. So you can imagine how many foundations this has took. And this ain't, in the middle of all this is foundations. So if I just take like any of these out, there is foundations totally behind all of it. Now obviously I'm going to need to fill that in, but thankfully with S Plus it's not finicky, I can just do that. And these are large wood pillars. I felt the wood effect for a port looked a bit better. I've tried to space it out by 2 at least on the inside, just so it looks a little cooler. I've not made a port before, so I was just sort of messing around with it really. But I want to try and get this ready for water dinos when we get there. And then obviously this is all foundationed off for this huge behemoth dinosaur gate. Now I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a little gate on that one over there, and I'm just going to keep this walled off. But all these are foundations. As you can see, if I just go on here, look, foundation, foundation, foundation on absolutely everything. Hopefully there's nothing nasty when I open up this gate, but this actually does wonders for taming. So if I got the Megalodon's attention, what level's that Megalodon? 12, okay, that's poor. See, that's 108, that's pretty good. But I can keep this gate open, just bring the Megalodon in here and tame it, because it can't get out. Let that close up behind me. Now, obviously this has taken, I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of stone, a lot of wood and thatch. Thatch is actually the hardest thing to get out of the 3 because I need to use my pick. Now, I haven't needed to do a metal run yet because I've barely used any metal since this is obviously all out of stone, but I am going to start needing to craft the sort of machinery that I'm going to be putting inside my base. Now, I'm going to cut this episode up. Like I say, I'm going to show you how I've been getting a lot of the materials very quickly with a few shortcuts, and then I'm going to stop recording, get back to building, and then in probably another day, I want to say a day, it might be 2 days depending on how much I get done, I'll show you the chassis of when I've actually got the outside of my base built, and then I'll probably cut again until we're pretty much done. Let's take these dinosaur eggs. I'll just quickly pop in here and show you. I've had to make another one of these because of the amount of bits and bobs that I've been getting. Obviously you can see here, I've been getting more narco berries to make up the spoiled meat. Best way of doing that is literally, so if I'm going to grab, let me just half this to 200 and then just literally split stack all, and then in 8 minutes that's going to make me like 200 spoiled meat. Now I'm just going to put a few more in there because that does mean that... Now I'll just show you how much we've got. So we've got another 1,000 on here. And I've probably made another 1,000, right, so we've got 2,800 narcotics on here, which is a lot. Very, very good. Now, I haven't been using any of these two. I've left them on here. Got a lot of hide. I've picked up quite a few of the drops. What have we got? I'm just trying to think. I think I got that Gallimimus saddle. I've got loads of these metal and stone. I need to get the S Plus thing down, actually. Got an Ascendant hide shirt there. Manta saddle. Chitin chest piece, a club. A couple of master crafted stuff down here. Bits of fur, and I actually got a 277% pistol, but you can see there 1,601 metal ingots. That's quite a hefty amount. Now I have got 2 of these as well, so I'm just going to take one of these Ascendant picks, because as I go gathering up more resources, the Ascendant one will do it much, much better for me. And under how much metal I've got on here, so I've actually got 500. Oh, have I run out? No. Let me grab half of that and just pop that on here. This is half the time that's going to make. So I'm going to have to go on another metal run. I'll probably have done that by the time I come back in the next episode. So I've not got a huge, so 3,000. I think it's 2,000 for what I'm looking for. Is it crafting? It's 2,500 because I need this industrial forge because that's going to get me metal at a substantially quicker rate. The grind is 3,200, I don't need it but I want one. That's 35, so that's... yeah, so I'm definitely going to need to go on more metal ones. I'll tell you what, actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to quickly, because I think I'm going to need more of these. Did I make some... I think I made some slopes. Although I can't see them in here, so I'm going to... not the stone roof, I want the slope to build, because I need to make my... I'll make 40 of them. That's the Ultra XL wall. I'm going to hold off on making any of them, but as you can see, 480 stone per piece, and I'm running out of thatch, which is why I'm getting low on a lot of these. I'm making that. That's a 4 height wall. I'm going to make another 50 of them, but that takes ages to make, absolutely ages to make. So let me just hop up here, and I'll show you how I've been getting all these bits so quickly. So we'll take you, take my Dodicarus. Show you how I've been getting the stone. Everything into weight. Now you see these, I said I'd tell you what these were about. I'll leave it as a surprise, but you might be able to guess. Now I'll give you, all I'll tell you is that this will be walled off about here, and it's going to be split in two. A pair of dinos are going there, and a pair of dinos are going there. That's the baryonyxes, so I'll just tell you straight up, I want to put a couple of baryonyxes in there, and there's own little sort of chamber, whereas here is something else entirely. We'll see what that is at some point. There is actually an explorer note here. I found a few more explorer notes around Herbivore Island. But let me show you how efficient this Dodicarus is at gathering stone. Not all of this has respawned in yet. I totally wiped the floor with this forest when I was here with my beaver. No, actually it is respawning in. No, yeah, this is back in. I totally wiped this little bit too. Stone isn't back yet though, but I'm actually going to go a little more this way, because this way there's a huge plains which are littered with stones, and ironically it's the little ones that actually give the most. It's just... is it just here or is it a bit further? You know, it is just here. Yeah, not a lot of this is respawned in. Some of the rocks have, but not all of them. Right, let me show you what you do. Literally, just with your Argent, hold your Dodicarus, and it'll smash everything for you. You don't have to get off your mount, you do not have to get off your flyer. This guy will just swing at anything that you move into. So useful, and it's so quick. He will stop eventually. I don't know if they stop when they get to like 70-80% sort of weight limit, but I tend to just hop off and do the rest manually after that. So I'll just do these and I'll show you. I'll actually find, you see those, sort of the rubble seems to give double what these rocks do, which I was quite surprised by. I had to clear this place of raptors that was here the first time. Thankfully none have respawned in yet, but give it time, I'm sure they'll be back. So I'm just going to go around here. Oh, can I hit these from here? Yeah. It's probably easier though, you know, just to plop you down there, hop on you, put all my weight back into there. So there we go, look, I've already got 15,000 in what? A minute, if that? So incredibly useful. Look at that, 1,000 per hit with this thing's tail. So you want to be farming resources. This is the reason why I didn't want to do an episode where I'm going around taming each individual dino all the time. I mean, this isn't even max level. I can't remember what I tamed this at. I think it was just over 100, but it took, like I said, 40 minutes to tame because I only had measure berries, and that was not a fun experience near the Redwood Mountain. Although there is something I found in the Redwood that I kind of do want to tame. That's a 180 dire bear. But whether or not that's going to be there in the future is another question entirely, because like I said, the beaver that I was going after had disappeared. But hopefully the Dinosuchus is still there, because as much as I want to get the Dinosuchus, I'm going to have to practice on a low level so I know what I'm doing. And I want to dedicate an episode to getting the Dinosuchus, but I also want to do a cave. And I don't want the first like 15 episodes is me going around getting 180 dinos and getting like gathering and whatnot while I'm readying myself to do stuff like caves. I ain't even gone for that tech Rex yet. Like I said, I've been putting that. I might get the tech Rex off camera since you've seen me get a Rex before. I might just stick that back at base. It makes more sense to do it that way. That is, if it's still there. I just remember it being somewhere near a swamp. I'm just going to gather up until my Doedicurus is full, and I'll show you how much it carries. So it's all full up now. I haven't actually bothered to go around and get it completely. I say it's about 70% until he stopped automatically hitting, and now I'm just going to fly back to my island. A little bit of a trek sometimes, but I'm going to have to get myself. That does remind me, found another 174 Argent, and guess where it was? Flying over the water, going from the dead island towards the Giga Mountain. So I like to think that's the one I was originally looking for, but let's face it, it clearly wasn't, because I would have found it. But at some point, I've got my eye on that too. I'd say that's the problem with me going around off cam farming stuff. I see so much, oh I want that, oh I want that, oh I want that. And all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my base built. This has took me about 2 days, like off camera, so far to do this much. Maybe about 5-6 hours over the course of 2 days. Because farming does sort of grade on you a little while. It's fun, don't get me wrong. What's that? Fiomia, what are you doing? Looks like a load more stuff started to spawn. That Bronto's been here for a little while. So is that Stego. I'm a bit reluctant to kill that Stego because it's 120 and it's not that bad of a level. So many flyers that are on this island though. The amount of Pelagornises that you see floating around is absolutely crazy. So we're going to drop our Doedic right there. Pop the Argent on here. Now let's see how much you got, shall we? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50k. 50k we got from that, and that was like 10 minutes. And I can fill this up by at least another 20k if I wanted to. I was just going for reasoning, because I've got quite a lot of stone there. It's thatch that I need to get, and I'm going to have to get that by hand. But what I'm going to do, rather than... I crafted myself one of these, which comes from S+, that's the Omni tool. So I'm going to put this in here. If you right click, it sets the source as my Doedic, and then go on here, left click, 7 items transferred. There's all the stone transferred. Everything within 2 clicks of a button. All gone. Which is very, very useful. Okay, so I think that might do until I'll cut back. Well, like I say, I've been having fun on this little island. I was actually going to go through all the stone on here, that's why I left it, because it'd have been easier than flying over there. I just totally forgot about that. Well, at least I've got more stone and easy access to get anyway. But yes, I'm going to make another cut until we're at stage 2 of building our base. We've got our foundations down. One more zoom out, put our foundations down. So next up is the walls, the ceiling and the chassis, essentially. So I'll be back with you in a moment. So, the next day, this has literally taken me all day, and ta-da! Can't really zoom out any further than this. It's going under the world there, under the water. Right, let's get back to normal stance. Here we are. This has taken me all goddamn day. I recorded the first part yesterday, and this is middle of the afternoon the following day. And this is pretty much what I'm happy with. I ain't an architect of sorts, but I'm quite chuffed with how this has gone. So welcome to what's going to be my new base once I get the doors and the insides and interior all done. So we've got our main door here as we come in. Not sure what we're going to put either side there. Just thought some pillars look a bit cool. This area is going to be the main bit where we're at. I've made this a little bit higher here because it needs to be 6 high for the industrial forge, which is why this bit goes higher than the rest of the floor. Now I'll take you through here. This bit is where a couple of my dinos are going to go, and then here is where the baryonyxes are going to go. A couple of double doors there to get through quicker. Head through to the first floor, and here we go. This is just a stairway that leads down. On the other side, this is where I've just made it loop up a little bit higher so we can get the industrial forge in, just like a little window frame there, can see down. We take ourselves around here and up. Takes us out onto the balcony. I'll say the balcony, this is actually the roof. And this takes us down to the other part of the roof. So we've got a whole viewpoint of this area. So thank God I can make this out of stone, I tell ya. And now, just make our way down onto the dock we've built. We've got rope ladders up at each point along here and on that side. And I really hope this is big enough to fit a couple of the water dinos. It should be. I haven't actually got around to replacing the foundations over there with a gate. I will do that at some point, but obviously I've got most of the doors and windows and that still to put in. And I'm probably going to put my generator here. It's going to be a standard generator, but I would love a tech generator at some point. Oh, hello. We'll take your egg. Anybody else with an egg? How am I doing for compost? Okay. So I'm going to put a lot of my dinos inside there in my next cut, but I just want to show you something. So I went on a metal run. Yeah, I think I got 30k metal, roughly, ish, but it takes ages to smelt this, and I mean ages, because I want to craft the industrial forge, and that's 3,500 metal, which is pretty much all my metal ingots. So I'm half tempted to bloody craft it early to get it done, because I need this metal cooking and smelting, and I need it now. Now I've had to make another storage box. Now which one is it in? So I got myself another Ascendant pick that actually appeared in a blue drop on this island. So got some Ascendant chitin leggings, some fur leggings, which I really need because I'm going for an expedition up north some point soon, because I would like myself a dire wolf and I will need some oil. But where is it? I got what I feel like is the holy grail of drops. I mean, at least one of them. This thing here, look at that. 555% Ascendant metal pick. The metal ingots are low, the wood is low, both 69, and it's 694 hide, which is easily doable. We've got ourselves an Ascendant fur hood here, but the requirements for that are crazy. I mean, look at that pelt hair or wool, 8,000, yeah, no thanks. That ain't gonna happen somehow. Now, there's actually a Bronto on this island that spawned in. It's level 168, which is really cool that spawned in here. But I really like this. I haven't actually shown you that up there yet, have I? Sort of like a viewpoint outwards. I'm looking to put maybe like a trophy or trophies on here. Maybe I'll put artifacts there once I've explored a cave as such. I mean, there's a little viewpoint out here, but there's only one way up. I've made it so that this is the only way up to this bit. I was tempted to put a ladder in over at this other side, but I decided against it. But this is just a mini little vantage point up here that you can take a look out of. But I've really enjoyed building this base, to be honest with you. So it's taken me all day, but I love building an ark, I really do. Certainly not the biggest base I've built, but I'm very, very happy with how it's gone. This time I don't have to build it out of metal, because I'm playing on single player, which is a mighty relief. Anything around here? No. Well, that Megalodon's gone. So right, that'll do for this quick little update, and I'll be back shortly. The thing is, I don't know how far the next stage is going to be, because I don't want to skip so far ahead. I'm just going to have to wait ages to do my metal. But I want to move a lot of these dinos inside just for the time being, just to keep us all sort of in one area. Obviously the stuff like the Spino and the Rex are going to have to stay outside. But I'm very, very happy with how this is going. I will actually just show you my roof before we go anywhere. Score me Argent. So all this is not thatch. I've got a behemoth trapdoor here that I can fly into when I'm coming back from trips. But yes, this is a stone, as you can see, sloped stone roof. But when you actually go onto it, you can change the structure variant. So instead of stone, there we could go to wood. Which doesn't actually look that bad. Adobe, which... No, that's interesting. I never actually tried out Adobe, but I do like the look that thatch gives, and this took quite a while to change every single one. Now, I'm going to head over to that green roof over there, get that. And I'll be back with the next stage of construction very shortly. And we're done. All done, at least for now anyway. I cannot do any more, but here is the entrance to what will be our base on the island. So I've got my Spino and the Rex on the side. All the interior is as done as it can be. Here we go. What do we think? I'm really liking this. I had to go around putting standing torches everywhere because obviously I don't have electricity. I did actually try and put these multi-lamps up, but you do need, say, power to them. Much like this, I spent all of my metal on this industrial forge, but again, that is unpowered. Now this here is staying. What I like to do in this sort of area is have this part as like my crafting area, so I'm going to have like my cooking pot. Like these here are also going to move. The only thing which are in place and not moving is this corner right there. So I've got 3 refining forges, and I'll just show you how much metal I've got in each. So that one's got 3. I think they've got about, that one's got 7k. Okay, that one's got about 5. I've got all my bits there. How much metal do I have left? I think I've got 2k left, but I've made another 2 refining forges over here to smelt even more metal, and I've got these here getting me up charcoal. Now I've been collecting poop in here, which actually is a little bit concerning because that's starting to run out, isn't it? I'm going to have to collect some more, because in the next episode I'm going to go into a cave. And I would like to tame some dung beetles, so I need some poop to be able to do that. Oh, perfect. 1 second left on that one. Thanks, Carno. Yeah, so I brought all my dinosaurs inside for now. So just put them up here. This Anki would not go back into that corner. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass, that Anki. But it's just sort of my collecting dinos here, and then I've got my Pteranodon. So I'm really liking the look of this, especially with the standing torches. It kind of gives it a little bit of an old sort of medieval look to it, and I like the look of the thatch roofs, I really do. Obviously these are my dinos here which aren't really being put to use as of right now. Am I going to be able to get to this? Give me all the poop. Oh, you've got poop as well. You always poop. Awesome. Right, so user there, that's absolutely fine. Got our lookout here. I'm thinking about putting that sort of outpost. I might put something on the top of that hill over there, but for now my building is totally done. The only thing I'm deliberating doing is putting a ladder right here underneath, so it makes it an easier way to get up, because right now I have to run all the way around. Obviously I showed you around the base before, but it wasn't totally complete then. Take you out onto here. Now on here I'm in half and half. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this like right down the middle, like right here where I'm jumping. And on this half I'm going to have a greenhouse that's going to be filled with crops, berries, and my dung beetles, which produce fertilizer. And then on here I might have it as like a landing pad for my flyers, which I kind of like the idea of that. Obviously this leads down into the dock. Got my rope ladders. Standing torches out here to give us a bit of a view. I have put that there now, the stone gateway, just so that I can get in and out on the Itchy a little bit quicker, or the smaller water dinos. And then there is my baryonyx. Wonder if you've worked out what's going in here yet. I mean, you probably have. It's yeah, it's not really that difficult, but yeah, I'm liking this little area for the baryonyx. Obviously I need to get a female, plop her in here, and then I'm happy with that. It's a little nice breeding area for the pair. Now this is actually bigger than I anticipated, this sort of central bit. I'm deliberating if I should put something in here or not, but I am really deliberating about it. Now this feeding trough has got enough meat and berries in to feed all my dinos, and it is in range of everything. I've just put my beds there for now because I don't have a generator. Now I don't have a generator, I think it's on here. It is. So I can actually craft a generator, but what was it? It was the craft. Let's have a look. Crafting. Now the industrial grinder needs 3,200. I do want to make one because I want one of everything. It's the chemistry bench that I can't make because I have 0 polymer. I have absolutely no polymer left. The polymer that I had, I needed to use. Where is it? Yeah, I've used it all. Used all of my polymer. So I cannot get power to my base, really, until I head up north. Now, I'm probably going to keep it like this for a little while because I'm getting a nice amount of metal smelting off these 5 refining forges, but I want to go up north. It's about to be morning. Oh yeah, here we go, the torches. Alright, S+1s turn on and off automatically with it being morning. But that is that. Like I say, a little bit of a different episode today. Let's say more of like skipping and hopping between me building different sections of my base and whatnot, but I hope it's still been enjoyable nonetheless. Let's say in the next episode I will be going to what I think is the easiest cave on the island, and hopefully we'll find some dung beetles in there as well as getting our first artifact. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.